Hello and welcome everyone. So we are back with our daily current affairs analysis through multiple choice questions. So this will be the analysis of 18th of July 2020. So the topics that are included in today's video are maternal mortality ratio or MMR, eco-sensitive zones, anti-defection law, NISHTHA program, Vienna Convention, PM SVANidhi, Advanced Persistent Threat 29 or Cozy Bear, Special Drawing Rights of IMF, UN Economic and Social Council, and at last we will have a discussion on Animal Welfare Board. So let's get started. So consider the following statements with respect to the maternal mortality rate or MMR. So the maternal mortality ratio in India is well below the UN Sustainable Development Goals target. Then, maternal death is the death of a woman while pregnant or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy from any cause related to or aggravated by the pregnancy. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. So among the given statement, the first statement is not correct. So the correct option will be B, 2 only. Let's see why. So the Office of the Registrar General Sample Registration System released a special bulletin on maternal mortality in India for the year 2016 and 18. So the maternal mortality ratio in India has declined to 113 in 16-18 from 122 in 15-17 and 130 in 2014 to 2016. So what is MMR? It is defined as the number of maternal deaths per 1 lakh live births. So the target 3.1 of the Sustainable Development Goals set by the UN aims to reduce the global maternal mortality ratio to less than 70 per 1 lakh live births. So Sustainable Development Goals or mote our maternal mortality ratio to kenuka hobo 1 lakh live births or biporte মাত্র 70 বা তাতকে কম আমার মাতৃৰ মৃত্যুৰ সংখ্যাটো হ'ব লাগে কিন্তু আমাৰ প্ৰেজেন্ট যেটো আমাৰ বুলেটিন ৰিলিজড হৈছে 16-18 ৰ সেইটো মতে আমাৰ ইন্ডিয়াৰ মেটাৰনেল মৰ্টেলিটি ৰেশিও হৈছে 113. Our first statement is not correct. So as per the WHO, maternal death is the death of a woman while pregnant or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy from any cause related to or aggravated by the pregnancy or its management. So our second statement is correct. So moving to the next question we have. With reference to the eco-sensitive zones, consider the following statements. They are notified under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Then organic farming is allowed in these zones. So we have to choose the correct statements. So our options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. So among the given statements, the first statement is not correct. So the correct option will be B, 2 only. Let's see why. So eco-sensitive zones are areas within 10 kilometers around protected areas, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries. So protected area বা wildlife sanctuary বা national park or 10 কিলোমিটাৰ ৰেডিয়াছৰ ভিতৰত যিখিনি এৰিয়া হয় সেইখিনিক আমি ইকো-সেনসিটিভ জোন বুলি জানো ইকো-সেনসিটিভ জোনস are notified by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India under the Environment Protection Act of 1986. Hence our first statement is not correct. Then in case of places within sensitive corridors, connectivity and ecologically important patches crucial for landscape linkage, even areas beyond 10 kilometers of width can also be included in the eco-sensitive zones. So কিছুমান এৰিয়াৰ কাৰণে 10 কিলোমিটাৰতকে বেছি এৰিয়াকো ইকো-সেনসিটিভ জোনৰ ভিতৰত আনিব পাৰে এতিয়া প্ৰহিবিটেড এক্টিভিটিজ মানে যিবিলাক কাম ইকো-সেনসিটিভ জোনৰ ভিতৰত একদম মানা কৰা আছে সেইবিলাক হৈছে কমাৰ্শিয়াল মাইনিং, ছ মিলছ, ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰিজ causing pollution, air, water, soil, noise, etc. Establishment of major hydroelectric projects, commercial use of wood, tourism activities like hot air balloons over the national park, discharge of effluents or any solid waste or production of hazardous substances. Then regulated activities, এইবিলাক কেনেকুৱা activities যিবিলাক সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে মানা কৰা নাই কিন্তু কিছুমান circumstancesত এইবিলাক allow কৰা হয় তো সেইবিলাকৰ ভিতৰত আছে felling of trees, establishment of hotels and resorts, commercial use of natural water, erection of electrical cables, drastic change of agricultural system, for example adoption of heavy technology, pesticides, etc., widening of roads. Then permitted activities, যিবিলাক activities কৰাত কোনো বাধা নাই সেইবিলাক হৈছে ongoing agricultural or horticulture practices, rainwater harvesting, organic farming, use of renewable energy sources, adoption of green technology for all activities, etc. So our second statement is correct. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. With reference to anti-defection law, consider the following statements. The member of any house is disqualified on voluntarily giving up his membership of the political party. Then there is no judicial review against an order of a speaker or chairman in anti-defection proceedings. So we have to choose the correct statements. So among the given statements, the second statement is not correct. So A will be the correct option. Let's see why. So the Anti-Defection Law was passed in 1985 through the 52nd Amendment to the Constitution. It added the 10th schedule to the Indian Constitution. So according to it, a member of a house belonging to any political party becomes disqualified for being a member of the house if he voluntarily gives up his membership of such political party or he votes or abstains from voting in such house contrary to any direction issued by the political party without obtaining prior permission of such party, and such act has not been condemned by the party within 15 days. The Supreme Court in 1992 has said that judicial review cannot be available at a stage prior to the making of a decision by the speaker or chairman. The scope of judicial review against an order of a speaker or chairman in anti-defection proceedings would be confined to jurisdictional errors, that is, its infirmities based on violation of constitutional mandate, malafide actions, and non-compliance with rules of natural justice. So এই কেছটো এই কাৰণে আহিছে যে ৰিসেন্টলি আমি ৰাজস্থানৰ পলিটিক্যাল ক্ৰাইসিছটোৰ কথা গম পাইছো য'ত কংগ্ৰেছ পাৰ্টিৰ সচিন পাইলটে উইথ কেইজনমান এমএলএৰ লগত কংগ্ৰেছ পাৰ্টিৰ মেম্বাৰশ্বিপ তেওঁলোকে এৰি দি পেলাই ওলাই আহিছে সো সেইকাৰণে কংগ্ৰেছ পাৰ্টিৰ কিছুমান নেতাই কোৰ্টত পিটিশন ফাইল কৰিছে যে তেওঁলোকৰ ডিসকোৱালিফিকেশন হ'ব লাগে কিন্তু সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টে তাত ৰিপ্লাই দিছে যে যেতিয়ালৈকে স্পিকাৰ ফৰ লোকসভা যেতিয়ালৈকে স্পিকাৰে কোনো ডিসিশন নলয় 10 শিডিউলৰ ওপৰত তেওঁলোকৰ ডিসকোৱালিফিকেশনৰ ওপৰত তেতিয়ালৈকে কোৰ্টে একো জাজমেন্ট দিব নোৱাৰে because speaker is the ultimate authority for any matters relating to the disqualification of members of the parliament under 10th schedule. So speaker kiba decision diar pasot he heitu constitutionally valid hoy ne nohoy court sabo paribo under judicial review. So that's the issue. So moving to the next question we have. With reference to NISHTHA program, consider the following statements. It has been launched to improve learning outcomes at the higher secondary level in the country. Then it is a capacity building program for improving the quality of school education through integrated teacher training. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. So among the given statement, the second statement is correct. So the correct option will be B, 2 only. Let's look into the explanation. So recently, the National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement, that is NISHTHA program, has been launched for the first time in online mode in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Initially, NISHTHA program was launched in 2019 through face-to-face mode to improve learning outcomes at the elementary level in the country. COVID-19 pandemic situation and lockdown has affected the conduct of this program in face-to-face mode. Therefore, NISHTHA has been customized for online mode to be conducted through digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, that is Diksha and NISHTHA portals. So NISHTHA is a capacity building program for improving the quality of school education through integrated teacher training. It aims to build competencies among all the teachers and school principals at the elementary stage. So the first statement is not correct. So moving to the next question we have. Which of the following is an international treaty that defines a framework for consular relations between sovereign states? Marrakesh Treaty, Vienna Convention, Law of the Sea Convention, or Stockholm Convention? So B is the correct option, that is Vienna Convention. Let's look into the explanation. So the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations is an international treaty that defines a framework for consular relations between sovereign states. It codifies many consular practices that originated from state custom and various bilateral agreements between the states. So Vienna Convention on Consular Relations 1963 provides for information to consulate, consular protection and consultation upon arrest, detention and during trial in a foreign country, including entitlement to travel documents. So why we have taken these questions? Because আমাৰ যেনেকৈ ইণ্ডিয়ান অফিচিয়েল কিছুমান বাহিৰৰ ফৰেইন কাণ্ট্ৰিত কাম কৰি আছে ৰিপ্ৰেজেণ্টিং ইণ্ডিয়া, তেনেকৈ বাহিৰৰ দেশৰো বহুত অফিচিয়েলে ইণ্ডিয়াত কাম কৰি আছে ৰিপ্ৰেজেণ্টিং দিয়াৰ ৰেচপেক্টিভ কাণ্ট্ৰিজ। চ' তেওঁলোকৰ কিছুমান ডিপ্ল'মেটিক বেগ থাকে তেওঁলোকৰ কাৰণে। চ' সেই বেগবিলাকৰ কেৰেক্টাৰিষ্টিক্সটো এনেকুৱা হয় যে জেনেৰেলি আমি যেতিয়া বাহিৰৰ পৰা আহোঁ এয়াৰপৰ্টত আমাৰ কাষ্টম চেকিং হয় বা ছিকিউৰিটি চেকিং হয় বস্তুবিলাকৰ, কিন্তু সেই ডিপ্ল'মেটিক বেগবিলাকৰ আণ্ডাৰ ভিয়েন্না কনভেনশ্যন কোনো চেক কৰিব নোৱাৰে। অ'কে, বাট ৰিচেণ্টলি কি হৈছে কেৰেলাত, কেৰেলা পুলিচে এয়াৰপৰ্টত তেনেকুৱা UAEৰ পৰা অহা ডিপ্ল'মেটিক বেগ এটাত 30 কেজি সোণ পাইছে। চ' তেওঁলোকে তাৰ ইনফৰমেশ্যনটো আগতে পাই থৈ দিছিল যে তাত কিবা এটা খেলি মেলি আছে। চ' সেই বেগটো অহাৰ পিছত যাৰ তাত বেগটো যাব লাগিছিল তেওঁৰ প্ৰেজেঞ্চত সেই বেগটো খোলা হয় আৰু তাৰপিছত তেওঁলোকে ইনফৰমেশ্যন পোৱা মতে তাত 30 কেজি সোণ পোৱা যায়। After that, the person gets arrested. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. With reference to Prime Minister Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi scheme, consider the following. It was launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It provides microcredit facility for street vendors. Under the scheme, the vendors can avail a working capital loan of up to Rupees 50,000, which is payable in monthly installments in the tenure of 5 years. So which of these statements are correct? So the options are 2 only, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, or all of the above. So among the given statement, the third statement is not correct. So the correct option will be C, 1 and 2. Let's look at the explanation. So Prime Minister's Street Vendor Atmanidhi was launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs on June 1, 2020 for providing affordable working capital loan to street vendors to resume their livelihoods that have been adversely affected due to COVID-19 lockdown. This scheme targets to benefit over 50 lakh street vendors who has been vending on or before 24th of March 2020 in urban areas, including those from surrounding pre-urban or rural areas. Under the scheme, the vendors can avail a working capital loan of up to 10,000, which is payable in monthly installments in the tenure of 1 year. So our third statement is not correct. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. So the Advanced Persistent Threat 29 or Cozy Bear have been in news recently. What does it relate to? It is a cyber espionage group targeting COVID-19 vaccine development or a newly discovered bear species in Amazon forest or a COVID-19 recombinant DNA vaccine developed by Russia or a meteor shower predicted in the end of 2020. So what it is? It is a cyber espionage group targeting COVID-19 vaccine development. Let's see what it is in details. So the Advanced Persistent Threat 29 or APT29, also known as Cozy Bear or the Dukes, is a cyber espionage group that have been accused by the governments of the UK, US, Canada of stealing information about ongoing COVID-19 vaccine research from various laboratories. The governments have been assessed that the group belonging to Russia uses a variety of tools and techniques to predominantly target government, diplomatic think tank, healthcare and energy targets for intelligence gain. As per UK's National Cyber Security Center, the hacker group is part of Russian intelligence service. APT-29 is using custom malware known as Wellmass and Wellmail to target a number of organizations globally. The group has history of cyber attacks in Germany, Uzbekistan, South Korea and the US. So why this is in news? যেতিয়া ৰাছিয়াই ৰিসেন্টলি ডিক্লেয়াৰ কৰিছিল যে তেওঁলোকে কোভিড-19 ভ্যাকচিনৰ ট্ৰায়াল কমপ্লিট কৰিছিল, তাৰ পিছত আমি এই হ্যাকাৰ গ্ৰুপটোৰ বিষয়ে আমি অৱগত হওঁ. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. Special drawing rights or SDR facility is available at World Bank, International Monetary Fund, International Development Association, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. So the correct option will be B, International Monetary Fund. So let's see what SDR is. So the special drawing rights is an international reserve asset created by the IMF in 1969 to supplement its member countries' official reserves. So the value of the SDR is based on a basket of 5 currencies. They are the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese renminbi, the Japanese yen and the British pound sterling. So the special drawing rights was created as a supplementary international reserve asset in the context of Bretton Woods fixed exchange rate system. So SDR serves as the unit of account of the IMF and some other international organizations. So special drawing rights is neither a currency nor a claim on the IMF, rather it is a potential claim on the freely usable currencies of IMF members. SDRs can be exchanged for these currencies. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. Consider the following statements regarding the United Nations Economic and Social Council. So it is one of the principal organs of the United Nations established by UN Charter. So United Nations Economic and Social Council members are elected for 3-year terms by the General Assembly. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So both the statements are correct. So C will be the correct option. Let's look at the explanation. So the UN Charter established Economic and Social Council in 1945 as one of the 6 main organs of the United Nations. So ECOSOC links a diverse family of UN entities dedicated to sustainable development, providing guidance and coordination. The entities include the regional economic and social commissions, functional commissions, facilitating intergovernmental discussions on global issues, specialized agencies, programs and funds at work around the world. So ECOSOC has 54 member governments which are elected for 3-year terms by the General Assembly. At present, India is a member of this platform. So moving to the next question we have. So consider the following statements. Animal Welfare Board of India is established under a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. Prevention of cruelty to animals and protection of wild animals and birds are part of items under central subject list in the 7th schedule of the Constitution. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of these statements are correct. So only the first statement is correct. So the correct option will be A, 1 only. Let's see why. So the Animal Welfare Board of India is a statutory advisory body on animal welfare laws and promotes animal welfare in the country. It is established in 1962 under the Section 4 of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. The Animal Welfare Board of India was started under the stewardship of late Srimati Rukmini Devi Arunadale. She was a well-known humanitarian. So the concurrent list or the list 3 mentioned in the 7th schedule of the Constitution, it is a list of 52 items and it includes the following items. Item number 17 is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, 17A, Forest, 17B, Protection of Wild Animals and Birds. So they are included in the concurrent list or list 3, not in the union list or list 1 in the 7th schedule mentioned in the constitution. So that's it for today. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe to our channel so that you can get timely update of our videos. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.